Welcome back to ajspeller.com. In today's video, we're going to work on long division with remainders, and we're going to write our quotients, which are the answers to division problems. We're going to write those quotients as mixed numbers. All right, here are three problems. We're going to start here with 128 divided by 5. Just talk about a bit of vocabulary. We know that the number on the outside is our divisor. The number here on the inside is our dividend. And as I said earlier, our answer here is going to be the quotient. All right, in a previous video, we talked about an acronym, and that acronym is DMSB, and that stands for division, multiplication, subtraction, and then bring down. In school, we taught the children to use does McDonald's sell burgers to help them to remember the 4 steps in long division problems. So let's begin with the division. We want to do 1 divided by 5. We can't do that, so we're going to place a 0 over the 1. Then we move over to multiplication. 0 times 5 is 0. And then we do our subtraction. 1 minus 0 is 1. And then we bring down using the arrow. So here we have a 2. So now we have a total of 12. We want to divide 12 by 5. We know that 5 goes into 12 2 whole times. And then we multiply 2 times 5 to give us 10. And then we subtract 12 minus 10 to give us 2. And then we go back and bring down, again using the arrow to show the number that we have to bring down. Then we go back to division. We're going to see how many times can 5 go into 28. It can go into 28 5 times. Then we're on to multiplication. 5 times 5 to give us 25. Then to subtraction. 28 minus 25 is 3. And there are no more numbers to bring down. So we're going to say here our remainder is 3. Now to write this as a mixed number, we take the 2 whole numbers here, 25 as the quotient. Our remainder is always going to be the numerator, and our divisor is always going to be the denominator. So here we have 25 and 3/5. All right, let's go ahead and do our check. Let's use the area model for the check. We know that we're going to end up multiplying the quotient here, which is 25, times the divisor, which is 3, and then add on the remainder. So we're going to write our 5 here off to the side. 25 can be written in expanded form as 20 plus 5. So I'm going to place my 20 here, my plus symbol or plus operation, and my 5. And then I'm going to multiply to get my partial products. Well, 5 times 2 gives me 10. And then I tack on that 0. And then 5 times 5 gives me 25. And now when I add these two partial products, 100 plus 25 is 125. And then I add on my remainder, which is the 3. So 125 plus 3 is 128. And we know we're correct if this product here matches what we ended up with, the matches the dividend. So 128 and 128. So we know that 25 and 3/5 is the correct answer. All right, let's move on to the next example. Here we have 425 divided by 6. We go back to the D, and actually let me rewrite it. DMSB. We're going to go straight to SB. We're going to go straight to the division. We want to divide 4 by 6. We can't do that, so we place a 0. Now we multiply 0 times 6 to be 0. Then we subtract 4 minus 0 to give me 4. And then we bring down the 2. How many times can 6 go into 42? Well, it can 7 whole times. Well, 7 times 6 gives us 42. We subtract to get a 0. And then we bring down the 5. We want to know how many times can 6 go into 5. It can't, so we place a 0 in that spot. Then we multiply 0 times 6 to give me 0. We subtract 5 minus 0 to give me 5. So we see that our remainder is 5. Now to write this in mixed number format, we write the 70. Our remainder is always going to be the numerator. Our divisor is always going to be the denominator. So here we have 70 and 5/6. And now let's do our check. We're going to multiply the 70 times 6. Well, 6 times 0 is 0, and 6 times 7 is 42. We need to add on the remainder, which was 5. And now we have 420 plus 5 to give us 425, and that is correct because it matches our dividend. And now moving on to our last question. we have to divide 989 divided by 9, and again it does McDonald's sell burgers, or divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. Well, 9 divided by 9 gives us 1, then we multiply. 1 times 9 to give us 9, then we subtract. 9 minus 9 to be 0, and then we bring down the 8. Now we go back to divide. So we want to know how many times can 9 go into 8. Well, it can't, so we place a 0. Then we multiply. 0 times 9 to give us 0. Then we subtract. 8 minus 0 to give us 8. And then we bring down. And this here is a 9. So now we want to back to division. How many times can 9 go into 89? Well, it can go into it 9 whole times. 9 times 9 is 81. Then we end up subtracting. 89 subtracting 81 leaves us with 8, and we have no more numbers, so now we have a remainder of 8. Now let's write this in mixed number format. 109, 8 is the numerator and 9 is our denominator. And now let's go ahead and do the check to make sure that's correct. So we have 109. We're going to multiply that by our divisor, which is 9. So 9 times 9 to give us 81, 9 times 0 to give us 0, and 0 plus 8 gives us an 8 right here. And then 9 times 1 gives us 9, and then we have to remember to add on the remainder, which is 8. So we want to add 8 to that. So 8 plus 1 is 9, 8 plus nothing is 8, and 9 plus nothing is 9. So here we have 989, and we see that does match our dividend, so we know that we are correct. Alright, that sums up this video by ajspeller.com, and as always, thank you for watching.